board. I'm interested to see where this goes. Not many people out there doing that. Towards that long rail, front 50-50. Oh, wow. Big 360 flip.
To be invited, I definitely feel honored. I just feel grateful. You know, I'm just in a place of gratitude.
It's so nice at those contests you meet like people from all over the world and see each other at every contest and have fun together. I think that's the most special part about World Skate.
This is an amazing course we got here today. It's a mirrored course, so good for goofy regular. There's no advantage, right? But what a great course. Focused right now. Shove it! Oh my goodness! Ollie Hill, first goal, are you oh, aerial, fakey nose grind, and there it is! Getting it done! What? Whoa! Are you kidding me? Do that trick that good? Oh, way! First go, looking back over her shoulder. Good afternoon and welcome to the first Street World Cup event of 2025. I'm Mark Churchill. I'm very happy to say that joining me on commentary today is the incredible and tech master, Mickey Papa. Thanks for joining me, mate.
What's up, Mark? It's good to be here. Super hyped. Excited I get to sit beside you and watch this amazing skating.
Yeah, but before we get started, we need to have a chat about what happened a couple of days ago. You got up close and personal with the floor just after the hubba, right?
Oh, yeah. That was quite personal. Quite close, quite personal.
Oh, that was so bad.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen it, actually. So, you know.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's a good memory of, like, what happened right there. But, you know, sometimes skateboarding is like that. One second you're just about done your run, and the last thing I remember is, all right, square it away right here, land it, and the next thing I'm getting a massage from the concrete.
Yeah, I mean, that's the context of what we're doing out here.
Yeah.
You know, skateboarding isn't as easy as it looks. We've got the world's best absolutely shredding out there, and it's very easy to think that that people are just naturally able to do that all the time, and sometimes it goes wrong.
We got to think about it too. It's almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit out here, so it's like things you think you can do, but can you do it when you're in that much pressure, that much heat, and just come through like when your legs are wobbling? So unfortunately, that's the reality of it, but at the same time, it breeds a tough type of person, and you get back up, and you know, I skated my second run after that, so that's what you got to do.
That's heavy. So we got over 150 skaters from 45 different countries competing here over the last few days, including the World Skateboarding Ranking Top 8. But who's leading the charge? Let's check it out. Third place ranking, Sora Shirai. What an absolute beast. Some of the gnarliest tricks out there, right? Master
of the alley-oop spin right there. It's pretty uncommon to spin against the grain like that.
World ranking of second, Kari Netsuki. Another person, like, his landings are so good. Everything's so clean.
Such a clean style, super proper heel flips, everything done well.
And our first place ranked skater in the world, Kimwoo Onodera.
Wow.
All Japanese, Mickey.
Yeah, the Japanese are just so well suited for the competition style. They just got something maybe in the blood. I'm not sure.
What do you think it comes down to, like, you know, facilities or just a different mental attitude towards it?
I mean, the first one is always kind of the anomaly, but then I would say the average of 5, you know, it's just like you see these groups of skaters come up in like these groups of 5, and they just get to this such a high level because it becomes the normal, you know? You just think that's a normal trick, and it's world class, and you don't even know.
So let's check out our start list. Ooh. So Braden Hoban, only American getting through.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, we don't have Nigel or Jagger here. We usually see them in the finals. you know?
Jagger's just getting over an ankle surgery.
Yeah, that's, again, we're talking about it, you know, you go hard, you slam hard, and that's the case.
And talking about being ill, Felipe Gustavo, we were skating the DIY with him the other night. He'd been in bed for 3 days with a fever.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you go down with a fever or you got a tweaked ankle. Your mind just goes to a place where, like, you know what, I'm just going to do whatever I can, and it takes the pressure off, and you skate great.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works.
Skateboarding moves in mysterious ways.
Yeah, it does.
So someone who had a really good run yesterday, it wasn't quite working out for him, and then suddenly
Boom.
he changed up his run, mid-run, like on the fly, 360 flip nose blunt, down the rail, and was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then it just all fell into place for him. But Ivan Monteiro dropping in, first run of 2. Each skate gets 2 45-second runs, followed up by 3 tricks. What do you think about that format change, Mickey?
The single trick that's counting, I like that a lot. It just really gives people a chance to get into their bag, see what they got, you know, because we're doing a lot of tricks that we know we can land 100%. People think, like, oh, this is the best they can do, but it's like the more tries you get, the more chances you get to pull off something incredible. So we love to see that.
Speaking of incredible, switch frontside blunt slide down that big long rail mid-run.
Yeah,
Looking good so far for Ivan. And is this one going to be in there? Yes, it is. How has he got that so dialed?
Contest veteran. He knows what he can do, and he knows when he can do it under pressure, and what's going to come through for him, you know?
So, do you think we're going to see him change that run up for run number 2?
Oh, I think for sure. I mean, he's got the score, so why not put it all on the line at this point? Now it's just like, all right, one's under the belt. Let's see what we can pull out after that.
But knowing we've got another heat of the best or highest ranking skateboarders coming through to semi-finals, it's always worth getting the best score you can at this point.
And that can play against you or can play for you, because you got to think about it. It's like, I need to go through some of the best skateboarders to get to the end of this. Do I go all the way, or do I make sure I just get the scores that I know I can get? So
also,
I like the position he's in. You got to score, now just go for it.
Yeah. But also, you want to hold something back. You don't want to show your hand too early to the judges. You want to wow them, don't you, by doing something that they didn't expect.
Well, man, that's when you got to dig deep into the bag.
70.13, setting the standard. It's always hard to be the first skater, but he looks so chill. He's just like, I'm here to get this done.
Everyone's different, right? Like, right off the practice sometimes can be good.
So Max Bergin from France. Team France are absolutely smashing it lately.
He's been super impressive to me lately. I've just been stoked on seeing him rip this course.
Yeah, he seems to just switch it on at certain moments, and you never really know where he's going. Sometimes he'll just keep trying one run, and then suddenly he switches it up.
Yeah.
But there you go. Oh, just catching that wheel.
Hard. So hard to get that trick in a contest, and we got to give it the context. That's a square rail. A little bit less room for error on that.
Whoa, fully locked front blunt. But look at that in the background. That's how high it is to get on that rail.
Yep.
You roll up towards it, and it looks like it's double head height as you get towards it.
It's a long way down, you know. You generally want to go fast enough to clear it, but that is just too long to do that, so you got to trust it.
Switch front feeble, 180 out. So what we're seeing in the women's competition, switch tricks becoming something that definitely needs to be done, and I think that's the way we're going to see everything moving. How important is it to get a switch trick into your run?
Well, I mean, to be diverse, to be able to, like, you know, apply yourself on every different course, skating switch is essential, especially if you come off fakie somewhere. You can hit a switch trick, turn it back around to regular, and that's something I would say I want to see more too with the guys. Like, skate switch, but not just land a regular or land at the end of your line. Skate switch through a whole line.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That would be, I mean, it's going that way.
I
but
see
even
Jagger do that
tricks,
sometimes.
Switch, just, you know, switch down the rail, switch over the driveway, that would be really impressive. And I think the judges are rewarding that kind of skating.
Yeah, if you remember maybe 2 years ago, switch back lip to switch pop shove by Jagger was one of the most standout tricks to me.
Yeah. So 25.26 coming through for Max Bergin. As we move on to Felipe, I spoke to him yesterday, said, hey, how's that fever? He's like, it's gone, I'm on it. Let's go. He was looking really promising. First run didn't work out yesterday. Second run just clicked into place.
Come on, Felipe.
On his front nose to start things off, and it's
beautiful.
That flick he's got on his front foot. His kick flips are so precise, aren't they?
We got to think about, too, he's aiming for the bullseye, which is a small pocket on his truck. Most people are aiming for the big targets, which is the middle of the board and the nose and the tail. So that's super precise.
Yeah, we spoke about that before over breakfast one time. Like talking about, you know, how accurate you need to be for a kickflip crook, less a kickflip lip or a kickflip board slide.
Bit of a classic trick, but, you know, sometimes it goes underappreciated because we've seen it a lot. Doesn't mean it's not hard. Let's go, Felipe.
Switchback tail. Something about Felipe's switchback tail. I was looking at it yesterday. It's the way he gets into it. Like, less than 5 millimeters above it.
Yeah.
The margin of error is, well, because it's Felipe, it's not there.
Yeah.
He's going to do it, but it's so accurate, and that's what I get as a takeoff of his skating, accuracy.
Yeah, thing of beauty. I mean, we talked about the precision it takes to do the tricks that he's doing, and he is one of the masters at it. Because I will say this, some people have, I won't say easy, but an easier path to the finals. But the flip tricks and the combinations that he does, it's really rare to see someone super good at those ones and be able to take them into contests effectively.
He still had 4 seconds left in that run as well.
Look at that smile.
It's pretty heavy.
That's feeling good right there.
So he can also get another trick in. Time for one more, maybe just on the driveway ledge or something like that.
Little bonus round move.
Yeah, 75.84. But if he's in that position, it's looking good so far. Big score, and it's so important to have that big score in the run section, because when you're relying on it in this trick section, you can see the people who are really, really struggling to get up into the rankings.
Right.
So Kyrie dropping in for run number 1, crook grind down into the bank. Do you find that it's really nice to start on a good feeling trick, or to get a banger out of the way in the beginning of your run?
These are the questions, Mark. I mean, it's tough. Ooh, look at that crook. You always want to start with a bang, right? But sometimes you do a little a give and take. You know, you land something, you feel better, and then you land something better. So it depends on the person and how much they can handle right off the go.
Well, it comes down to that mental game as well, doesn't it? Like, how much pressure can you take? How much can you not let the demons win?
Yeah, the demons are there. They're over your shoulder while you're flipping your board, man. Wow. Look at that. He's defeated the demons, though.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer.
I feel like we might need to bulldozer the course after that run. That was incredible. Little bit of everything in there.
Yep. I love the way he pops that heel flip so high above it and just gently places it on the hub or the rail. Like, it's just so well done.
It's like a perfect combination, isn't it? Like, that pop, the kind of delicate precision as well. Like, it's got a little bit of everything. But
you have to think, he's just putting so much power into that board and then just becoming so light-footed to just finesse it down the hubba and then land and be strong again.
Whereas you see the opposite with Felipe before. Everything's just perfectly landed on the ledge.
Yeah, both look great.
But both look amazing, and that's the beauty of skateboarding. You know, it's no two tricks the same.
The style.
74.10s. Looking good so far as we move over to the only USA skateboarder in our semi-final, which is a rarity.
Yeah.
Braden Hoban.
With the cool graphic tees and always the cool looks, for sure.
Well, his approach is different.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed to do something that no one else is going to do on the course, every time.
Ooh, there it is. Starting with the kick front board, that big rail kick front board like you're talking about.
Well, it's going to be a nice feeling to ride away and just be like, right, that's out of the way, settle down into the run. Oh, that's a nightmare. There's a long way up to get up there.
Yeah, sometimes it's the little tricks and you feel like you relax a little bit too much. You're like, yep, okay, got that one done, on to the next.
Well, that's a fine line, though, isn't it? Oh, I'd imagine just going, okay, that didn't happen, and just bunging straight into the kickflip frontside nose grind.
And what's extra difficult about that is that hubba is a little lower for a guy like him with bigger pop on the kickflip. You got to hold the kickflip above there and then place it in, which is difficult.
Here we go. Impossible. One of the best in the game. He's got that trick so dialed.
Yep.
And you hear that scoop. It's a proper wrapped impossible.
So good.
You know, there's no question of it being the right trick.
The Dylan Rader style proper wrap. That's what we love to see. I can't get a proper wrap in life. The imposter bowl So I leave them out of the equation. You won't see me doing that.
Kickflip nose grind after that fall. Precision.
Boom.
Yeah, so well executed. We keep saying it, it's not just about the trick that you do.
Yeah.
It's how you execute it in two ways. One, the judges want to see you do everything perfect. Two, you need to land it and be able to carry your speed to get to the next trick. There's so much going on.
Yep. Even with the fall, 61,
yeah.
you know, he's keeping up there. So the top guys are in the 70s right now, but we still got a lot of people to go.
So out of Sweden, we got Christopher Kroon. Trick selection is a special one with this guy.
Yeah, something different.
It's really good to see. 270 lip to start it off.
Wow.
Out of the kicker onto that.
You know what I like about his skating is he kind of does surprise me with a lot of tricks that I don't know if he has. And then I'm like, oh, like kickflip front blunt down that big rail. Like, I didn't know you had that one. Yeah. Because I've seen the Christopher specials.
Yeah.
The late shove front board.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the whole bag, and I like seeing that.
I don't think we'll ever see the whole bag.
Right.
And I mean, switch back lip, out fakie
Yep.
to forward. Like, you know, his trick selection is great. He's doing
cool.
stuff on purpose differently than anyone else.
Right.
And you want to stand out, right?
He catches your eye with the special, and then he's showing you what else he can bring to the table, which is sick to see.
Brought the whole family out.
The hype.
And that's one thing to remember. This is a free event to anyone in the public. If you want to jump on a flight and come and get involved, sit in the crowd,
Yep.
get some drinks, bring the family. It's a beautiful place to be.
Still smiling on the bales, too.
Riding out with a smile across the floor on his hip.
I know how that is.
A little bit
That's
too
all
much.
you can do. Just smile and just say, all right, the next one will be better, even if you're being delusional.
Or concussed.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
J-Mag in the corner. 31.73. They knew that was coming through. It's so hard to come back when you fall, right?
Oh.
You don't want to just throw the run away because it might still be the one run that you get scored. Probably.
Yeah, that's one thing I like. I kind of wish a little bit more of, like, there was a bit more leniency. If you had one fall, can we get back up there? Because there's still more in the tank, you know?
Yeah. 43 seconds on the clock for Daiki Akita.
It's hard to miss the first trick and then keep the hype going, you know?
And he was all over it yesterday.
Yeah.
Got it done so well so many times, but looking
Here
good.
we go. Build the special meter.
Well, to get back in the zone, it's hard, isn't it? You've got to do some tricks you know you can do, and that's definitely going to help.
There you go.
Hard flip out into the car park, the other side of the course.
Right, the crowd loves it. We love it. That's got to do something for the, you know, the special meter.
Yeah. 270 lip.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that's all for now.
And everything is timed so perfectly that, like, one fall, like, it's hard to just squeeze everything in at the end. You're like, oh, like, what am I going to do now? It's like I got a second left and just let the time run out.
Looked like he locked in really well, just couldn't quite get his shoulders back round, I don't think.
The nose just dipped a tiny bit. It might have got a little sticky because it's so hot and the wax is kind of melting.
Yeah, course manager Peppo yesterday when I was leaving the course, he said, come and have a look at this, and there was just drip marks underneath the ledge on the ramp. It was just nuts.
Yeah. Hot days, the wax will melt right off.
Yeah, we've had temperatures around 35 degrees, way up in the 90s Fahrenheit.
No wind.
No wind.
It's good and bad. It doesn't affect your skating, but it affects everything else.
Okay. Joseph Garbaccio, run 1 of 2 before we go back to the top of the heat. Be interested where he goes on this. He's got such a good nollie flip. I'd like to see him change it up and get it down the big section.
Yes.
But it might sacrifice that last trick.
We'll see how he puts it together.
Oh, there you go.
Smith.
Reminds me of an old Tony Tiu trick back in the day. But that's a way to start your run. Something different.
There's your nollie flip.
Yeah.
You might not be doing it down the big gap, though.
No, don't want to get that repetition in there.
You got the appetizer nollie flip.
Yeah.
That's it. Not the main course one.
Nollie lip slide. That sets him up for switch back lip. He's got a really good technique with that. He whips his legs around last minute.
Brook Nolly,
So Mickey,
let's go.
How important is it to have coaches now in your corner and, you know, a lot of support behind you so you can concentrate on the skateboarding?
Man, there is so many things the traditional pro skateboarder does outside of just being a skateboarder, you know, where it's just like traveling out here is one thing, you know, getting your hotels, you know, getting ready for the contest. Like, are you taking care of your body? Are you getting massages? Are you eating right? You know, are you doing your taxes? Like, there's a million things. And it's like every person that can help you out a little bit with one of these things, like, not to mention, like, we edit our own videos, we do the street part, like, all of that stuff, like, it's just hard to do every single piece of that and then just keep your mind on skating during the contest.
Well, we've got to remember, you know, the reason we're all here is because of the pioneers of street skating. You know, they've laid the carpet for us to walk so comfortably on. And how important to you is it to be out in the streets getting it done?
It's so important. I mean, one thing like we see with the contest skating is there's a certain type of trick that really comes out more. And it's kind of a spin to win sometimes, you know? But when we see the full street part, we really get to see what these skaters are capable of, what their kind of natural abilities tend to, and it's just there's so many more obstacles and things to get out of it, you know?
For sure. Ivan Monteiro, run 2 of 2. Front nose blunt. Bit of a power slide on the way out.
Wobble, little power. But always a good tray flip, no matter what.
Interested to see whether he's going to switch this one up. Yeah, he is.
Oh, I thought he might have been doing 270 out there. I know him well. He does that.
He's got that on lock for sure.
Spinning to win.
Exactly what you were saying.
Oh,
switch front blunt. He did that way better this time. Landed on the right ramp. Wow. The other side last run, but popping all the way to the flat this time.
Yeah, it's hard to tell that it's really that long when they make it look that easy, huh?
Yeah.
And sometimes you pop out a little extra pop to get out a little earlier. It's hard to know.
Taking that line to come in fakie. Half cab nose slide, nollie heel. Well.
He's hyped.
Okay.
He's hyped.
He is on top form today.
What do we think the upgrade's going to be?
Well.
How far can he climb?
Well, to change it up shows pure skill and ability. You know, it shows that you're well-rounded skateboarder. You've got a deep bag of tricks. And to work on the fly and go, you know what? I'm just going to do the 270 lip in there.
And a little bit extra on the switch front blunt, you know, these things matter.
360 flip lip slide.
He just barely got there in time. That was sick. We love a buzzer beater.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more exciting.
Well, how hard is it to time? You know, you've got to break down between 8, 10, some people are doing just over that tricks into 45 seconds. That's almost a trick every 4.5 seconds for 10.
So, 77,
wow, big score coming through.
Yeah.
What do you do to work that out? Like, do you turn up, cruise around the course, and then go, okay, let's see what's working, or you got something going on in your head before you even get it?
Well, I would like to say it's a bunch of things that are going on in my head, math equations, but I just take out my stopwatch and I just time it.
Okay, simple as that. Fair enough.
No, I think
I like your honesty.
4.5 ways is what I think. Like this way, that way, this way, that way.
Okay, yeah.
And if I'm going fast, you get 2 tricks at the end.
A little bit more bite-sized.
Yeah.
Max Bergin, run number 2 of 2. That powerful push in. Let's see him get this 360 flip nose blunt slide. I saw him do one yesterday where his nose just bounced off the rail.
Just tickling it.
And he didn't even mean to land it, and he just rode away anyway. It was great.
You do whatever you can in the moment to just bring that back. The body does some wild things sometimes.
So this is a pure example of how important it is to get that run section down. He's currently got a 25.26. That means he needs some of the biggest tricks ever to be able to get through.
Right.
Missing that nose slide, nollie flip out. He got that so good yesterday. The catch was amazing.
Sometimes, though, like when you just need points, you just think like, all right, just stick to the plan, just do the tricks that I got prepared, and then we'll try to make it up in the singles.
It's interesting. I was talking to Liv earlier on the last broadcast for women's, and she kept saying, stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan. I kind of tell a lot of the people that I try to help out, like the younger kids, that it's just like these miracle moments, they don't really happen like you think. They happen when you stick to the plan and you've done the work, and then at the end you're like, what can I add on to this without pressure? And then you're like, wow, I got the flip out. Like, didn't expect to do that one this contest.
So Felipe Gustavo, run number 2. And looking at the next heat coming up, what has he got to do to be able to stay up there at the top of this? He's going to have to upgrade a bit.
Maybe we're going to see a nollie flip crook somewhere? We'll find out.
Nollie front nose to start it off. I mean, his flip-in game is really, really strong.
So good.
It feels like he could almost do any flip into anything he wanted.
I think people almost forget how hard it is because of how easy he makes it look.
Yeah.
Such a good style. I love how proper he does everything. Switch and nollie flips. Oh, no.
No, missing that. I think he was so sure he'd landed that.
Yeah.
It was an awkward one, stepping back on the board and slipping out.
Kind of whiplashed a little bit.
He's up.
He's all right.
I mean, how hard is it to get up and walk away from some of these slams, Nicky?
I mean, I can't.
It's so hard.
I could definitely speak to that one. Sometimes he's just like, you feel almost kind of embarrassed. You're like, I just want to get out of here, like right now. Just give me my board and my hat, and I'll get me out.
I mean, there's always that, yeah, I'm going to cool guard it, go and walk it off, but everyone's like, don't even try and pretend that doesn't hurt.
Let's be real. You got served up.
Well, Felipe's looking good, 75.84.
Yeah.
He's definitely got some big tricks for the trick section.
Yeah. That wasn't as bad as I think it. You know, a lot of them can be worse than that, but he'll be okay for the tricks and stuff.
Okay, Kairi Netsuki, run 2 of 2, crooked grind popping down into that bank, and then getting into that familiar heel flip position.
So familiar, so familiar.
It is. Every go. So
good.
You want to work it out. You're going to break it down. Go to your local park. You want to get into this. Is it just as simple as crooking the rail, nollie flip out as much as possible? Do you just go and do that trick until it feels normal? Or is it, let's break it down. Let's try and do different versions of it in different ways?
Say I was coaching you right now. I would be like, all right, once I notice you got it, you seem to, you know, get like, let's say 75% of the time. I'd be like, all right, do a lap, do 5 tricks, then try it when your legs are tired, you know? Then it's a lot different because the pressure in the moment makes your legs feel like they're 1,000,000 pounds each.
And you obviously haven't seen my nollie flips, mate. There's no chance of that.
We'll get you out there doing some laps.
51.92. Relying on that first run score, 74.10. We take it back to Braden Hoban. So Braden, clean run. 61.86, sorry.
He had the one fall.
Yeah, one fall, sorry.
The upgrade.
So he's going to want to get the clean run. Now, would you say to him, if he had 2 runs, he had his more basic run, more heavy run, would you say just go back and get the run done? Or would you say, nah, just step it up and go all in?
We're gonna digress. Stick to the plan.
Yeah, okay.
Stick to the plan. Get the points. Go crazy in the singles. Make the miracle moments happen at the end of the movie, you know?
Yeah.
That's when the hero saves the day.
And in the case of Braden, the plan is a very good-looking run so far.
Plan is one juicy kickflip in after another. Wow, there we go.
Way better landing on that. Yes.
Yeah, Braden.
He is hyped on that. That impossible was so good. His feet landed perfectly bolts.
He's hyped. So he just stuck to the plan. Now he can go back on course and just get back to getting some big scores on the board.
So perfect kickflip, frontside board slide, and then kickflip nose grind as well.
Every try.
But then switching it to backside tricks, kickflip, backside lip slide.
Mm-hmm.
And do you sort of have a trick ledger as in, for what's required? I need to flip into a trick, I need to do something gnarly, I need to do something tech, I need to do something fakey, something switch. Like, there's a lot going on, but only 10 tricks if you're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting deep into the chess playing of the game, it's kind of like you know what tricks you can rely on and what elements the judges are going to reward for you specifically.
Judges
so
rewarded Braden really well then, 79.20 new leader.
He's way up. Look at that. So yeah, you gotta kind of do a little trial and error and find out sometimes.
So Christopher back in. He's going to try and not make the mistakes he made last time, volleying out early on that.
Yeah, that was smart. That was smart.
It's going wrong, I'm out.
Yeah.
But holding on to that line. And the people that have done really well, I noticed yesterday, are people who are doing tricks on the quarter pipes to come back round. That rail is getting people today.
You see the difference there? He had the big spin front board in to fakie, landed it perfect, but it's even when you land it perfect, the minute difference of being able to set up for a switch trick is so tough. Wow, back to regular that time.
Last trick, he's going to have to be quick.
Sneak it.
Oh, I think it would have been close anyway.
Yep.
So Christopher will now be relying on that 31.73. It might be a slight upgrade.
Do we have a name for the signature, the Christopher Kroon slide?
I think we should just call it a croon.
The Kroon?
Yeah, the croon.
Kroon slide.
Maybe we just named it now.
Yeah, all right, there we go.
So when you've got 2 bailed runs, how hard is it to go into the trick section and stay motivated?
It's definitely tough. Sometimes it's completely liberating. You know, you can go into it and be like, all right, well, I only got a few tries left in this contest. I got a couple days left in Rome. I'm just going to show out and do whatever I can right now to get the crowd pumped. So hopefully we see that side instead of the opposite of that.
Yeah, like Cordano at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Getting it done.
You go crazy,
yeah.
Right?
Okay, Nike, Ikea, that. Come on, get the nose blunt slide done this time. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's that classic Japanese mentality of, no, I'm going to do it, this go, and it will work.
Make it happen. I love it.
Well, missing the switch crook, just getting the tail slide, but it is a made trick, and he's desperately trying to get that full run to go through the trick section.
I think he'll still get a great score if he puts it all. Spoke too soon.
Curse of the commentator, Mickey.
Ah, no, don't put it on me.
And he landed it.
Don't put it on me.
No, I'd love to have seen that.
I just want to see everybody land everything.
Yeah.
I get hyped, man. You can't not, like, being a skater. You know what it's like to be under the pressure and under the gun, so.
Yeah, and you know, good tricks need respect.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if it's the person that's just knocked you out of the competition, you just got to be like, man, that was insane.
So true. You'd be sitting there cheering for you losing. You're like, I just lost, yes.
Yeah, but it's skateboarding. Like, you know, we're all super lucky to be out here doing this thing, and we all have skateboarding in common to show the love for it. And when you see something good, it just gives you the buzz.
It's the respect first, and then the aftermath. They're like, oh, did I just get knocked out? You're like, ah, dang. Oh, well. At least I get to watch more.
So Daiki in what is very low score to be relying on. 31-16 as we go back round 2. Joseph Garbaccio, crooked grind, popping it into the back. Smith.
Oh, no.
Whoa, he's got 360 flips so dialed. Maybe he's feeling that pressure, Mickey.
You just get so in your head about, like, am I on this side of the board, that side of the board? Is this enough scoop? Like, right when you're in the moment instead of just not thinking, letting it happen.
What do you do to stop trick blindness? When you're halfway through your run and you're like, what trick was I doing?
Oh, my God, man. You know how much that happens? It's insane. I'm like, can I even remember what I was supposed to do? I'll let you know if I figure it out.
Every 4.5 seconds you're bunging a trick in. Yeah. That is a lot going on.
Yeah, try to do it enough times that it just becomes muscle memory. You don't have to think.
Well, it's like almost like you do a trick that's leading you to the next one. It's like a prelude to the next trick coming.
A lot of the times when I skate the courses and I'm kind of just figuring them out, like it's not like, oh, like here's the line I'm gonna do. It's kind of like bit of a discovery. You know, like I land this way to this, and it's kind of good for this, so let's experiment with that.
Well, I think Vincent's one of the masters at that.
Oh my God.
Second run, but the way he paints the picture of his use of course is beautiful.
Man, it's crazy how fast he can just react and just like throw another flip trick, because nobody's flipping their board as much as Vincent. And I was talking to him about it the other day, and it's just like, he's like, yeah, I can change up a frontside flip to a front heel for a half cab flip, and any one of those. I think he said one more too, where he's like, I'll just interchange those one combination of or another based on how it feels.
Yeah, I mean, his ability to change how he's skating depending on the terrain in front of him. I was talking to him before, and he said from his surfing, the wave's always changing. Just be prepared for it. You're not going to waste a wave. And he's in our upcoming heat.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that, because I was talking to him like, oh, how do you get ready? He's like, oh, let's go surfing.
Yeah.
Just go surfing.
Looking at the numbers here, Sora Shirai ranked first in the world there. We've got Uni as well. Kang yet to be ranked and getting through to semi-finals. That kid has got a very, very bright future.
Yeah.
But 5th, 3rd, 13th, and then Vincent ranked quite low at the 21st. I mean, no disrespect by that, but within that heat, that's a pretty heavy heat.
I think what happened was he got hurt near the end of the season before the Olympics. So his good scores must have just dropped off before that period where he's hurt, so his rank maybe went up a little bit.
Well, and it's interesting to talk about those scores and how the ranking's working now. Every 18 months, you're going to be dropping a score and needing to get a new one, and that might be a win score. So that's going to change your ranking, and you want to stay in the top 30 to be pre-registered and to be able to, you know, unlock more slots for your country to be able to skate. But that wave is always rolling. Going back to Vincent, like every 18 months, that wave's getting closer. You're wiping out that last score, and you need to have another good score on to stay with that higher ranking.
There's definitely an advantage to being closer towards the end, I think, and to preserve that is like the main goal for a lot of guys. Just be near the end, be in that zone where everyone's throwing down, and just, you know, keep the hype going, because we all feed off each other, you know.
So it looks like Ivan's going to be hitting up the rail.
Tray flip nose blunt attempt. I just saw him throw one out there.
Okay. That's a long way to go.
Long way
for a
to
tray
go.
flip into it.
I think what he's thinking right now, like while he's kind of just testing it out, is I can jump onto the other side and jump onto the bank, whereas you don't always have that option if the rail's in the middle. So he's probably going to test it out a few times until he can just send it for the contest.
Yeah. I mean, if you're out in the streets and the rail's on the middle of a set of steps.
Yeah. We love grass.
The comfortable bail's not always there, is it?
Definitely. We love grass on the other side. Let's go grass. Come on.
More grass on the course, please.
Yeah, come on the other side, just for the tester bails.
So Peppo out there clearing the guys off the course. So people eyeing up different obstacles, but it looks like everyone's sticking with that big section.
Is that warm-up already done? Man, that's so fast. Even when I'm out there, I'm like, I want like 5 more tries. I'm not ready.
Always want another try, for sure. And I mean, in this section of the competition, you're sat at the top looking pretty good, but when you're down here, are you going, look, I've got, you know, down at the bottom of the ranking, 25.26, 31.16, 36.76. It's going to be hard to make it through to the top 8 cut through to tomorrow's final. Do you say, look, I'm not going to do any of those tricks that I had before? Because they're just not going to score high enough, and go crazy and just concentrate on one with this new format?
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting question, because we're going to see what people decide to do with that. In the past, I would say, you know, always kind of, oh my God.
Oh, nearly first go.
Yeah, I would say normally stick to the plan, but now with this new format, we're going to see a lot of change-ups. And, you know, an amateur versus a veteran might approach that differently. They might go, let me get the score, let's go 2 on the crazy trick, or let's just send it all the way.
Well, competition experience is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
You can tell the people who've been out there a long time.
It's so hard, and like you can't rely on people to bail, but if you get a score, at least you have a little bit of a cushion.
Yeah. Okay, Max Bergin, trick 1 of 3. Getting that foot ready. Where's he going? Onto the rail. Wow, he's going for the Chloe. Nose right, nollie flip out.
That was incredible.
It was great.
I love watching Chloe skating. She is pushing the boundaries in so many ways.
Yeah, it's amazing. She is at the forefront of the advancement of women's skateboarding.
Kickflip, backtail, kickflip? Bro, what are we talking about?
I watched that so many times. I was like, it's not just that trick, it's how she does it.
Right.
And the style. Oh, it's great. Felipe coming in.
Whoa!
The pop, the catch, the stamp into the nose slide. We'd already started celebrating.
I know. I was about to say, it's almost so disheartening when you catch it, feel the slide, and you're like, I got this, and just a little slip of the toe. He's got that one.
Well, maybe that'll be the sliding he needed. Get that wax moving a little bit.
Yep.
Be like, okay, it's under control.
I feel good about it. I think he's gonna get that one, and then maybe able to try something crazier after.
Trick 1 for Kyrie. There's that heel flip position. Oh, are you kidding me?
Whoa, with the thread the needle with the rail there. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Well, he could have just jumped off. I mean, like, wow.
Yeah, no need to jump off. You got to ride it all the way out.
So, heel flip, backside, tail slide, big spin.
Thread.
And again, like you said, catching it, probably a foot higher than he needed to, stamping it down into the tail slide. And then you saw him just turn his shoulders. Yeah, I'm going big spin.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Oh, this is going to be a great score, I'm sure.
To get that one on the first go was such a relief, too. Now, like, we can just go deep into the bag.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before where people get the first trick done and they go, oh, actually, that was, I didn't think I was going to do that first go, and I'm kind of just chilling now.
Hold on, what do I do now?
Yeah, my other tricks weren't as good.
Break out the secret tricks.
Yeah, 92.97. That is way up there. And to put that in context, best trick, 97.10 out in Budapest for Yuto. You know, it's way up there.
Oh, we got Braden. Here we go. What's he got for us?
Well, I'm excited because I have no idea.
I'm going to guess impossible nose grind if he wants to
I
go
saw
crazy.
him try one flip nose blunt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you did see that.
I saw one of them, but I was like, maybe that's just to feel it out and go, you know what, I'll do something else.
No,
but
you're
even
right.
when you see him trying something, you go, oh, he's definitely going to do that. And he goes and skates somewhere else on the course at someone, like a part of the park that no one's even considered to skate.
I was just trying to put it out there, like, impossible nose grind, do it. I want to see it. That would be sick.
Well, you know he's got the best impossible in the game, nearly.
All right, the man with the never-ending bag.
Yeah.
Croon slide?
He's got the Felix the Cat's bag of tricks.
Croon slide, baby.
Oh, there it is. Late shove, front board, the croon slide. And there's the late shove it, frontside ollie on the quarter pipe.
Just crooning all around.
Better late than never.
Yeah, right. There we go.
So how important is it for the judges, or to wow the judges with things that no one else is doing out there?
I mean, it's definitely important. You want to be unique. The only thing is when you're unique, you take a risk because you have no idea like how it gets scored. I would imagine at this point he probably does know how that trick scores, so he's probably doing it for a reason.
Yeah. First go trick as well.
I think that's probably his safety, like a little bit more contest bet now. Like, I'll do that, and then I'll try something else.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where he's going with that backside Smith.
That is
so
crazy.
He's definitely got the judges scratching their heads.
Right.
You know that when they're taking a bit of time, they're like, where's this going to fit in with what's been done already? We want to get him in the right position moving forward. But he's just done something ridiculous and getting a 78.21.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's up there. That sees him in second place now with 2 scores on the board.
I'm not sure if that was it used to get scored higher or not, but I know generally, like, when you do a trick that no one's ever seen, it's so impressive. But then if you keep doing it, sometimes, you know, they take a little bit of a closer look. It's not quite scored as high.
Okay, Daiki getting the rock fakie to get into that fakie position. Caballero back tail.
Cab back tail, standard special these days, man. Everyone's got them.
Well, that's the thing. With everyone having these tricks, it's not just doing something different, but it's doing something that other people won't do. Because there is that thing of, okay, they just did this trick, and I can do that trick, and they got scored really well, so I'll just do that because I'll get the same score if it's done as well.
I feel like we should see that a lot with the girls. They just really like playing the chess game, you know? Which is, it's cool to see if they know how to play it.
Joseph Garbaccio going crooked grind nollie flip.
Didn't fully lock the pinch.
Yeah, the pinch wasn't there. Das Pinch wasn't in the room.
Das Pinch has left. Call to find my pinch. Somebody stole it.
Okay. We're taking it back to the top of the heat. Some riders have got that 2 scores on the board. Some haven't, and that's when the pressure starts coming on. Still 2 goes to go. Looks like Ivan's right over the other side of the park for the 360 flip nose blunt.
So crazy. On a long rail, like, man.
Well, it's not the lowest rail to get onto anyway, like with a flip trick.
Yeah.
You know, you can go faster and land lower, but that has its own problems along with it. But the way he's doing it, you know, you don't want to go slow.
You don't want to go slow on that long rail.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
No way! He is absolutely over the moon, and so he should be. Ivan Monteiro, one of the biggest tricks we've seen so far.
That's cool, man.
Check out the way he hangs his front foot, waiting for the board.
Oh,
it's like he did a little kick down, like to wait.
And the last one, he kind of popped out a little early. This one, he went right to the end. That must have felt great. The moment he locked it with weight on the nose blunt. Can't imagine.
Look at that. All the stoke. Clenched fist. I don't think he can unclench that. He's just
He's still clenching.
I think this is going to be a big, big score.
90.29.
Well,
He's
there it
hyped
is.
on that.
He is definitely hyped. That sees him now in the lead. 167.43 on the board, and he's still got another trick.
That's what I was about to say. Is what are we going to see now? Is he going to try to big spin out? I feel like he might.
He could.
I know
He's
his
got
bag,
that.
and I'm like, man, there's a few things he might try, but like, he did that. He might just try to throw the big spin.
So Max Bergen must be feeling the pressure now. 25.26 on the board. He really needs two big tricks, or one big trick to go through for the score, but
Oh, that was locked so well, too.
two left, now one left. He could still get that trick done, but it's going to be very hard. I mean, what do you think score's going to come through for that?
I think generally that's been close to, if not in the 9 range, for the nose grind nollie flips down the long way, too. But we'll just kind of have to see.
And I mean, anyone that's in the top 3 is going to be nervous knowing who's coming up in the next heat.
Come on, Felipe. Let's
Wow. Absolutely amazing. He is back on his top form.
go. We love to see it.
Such a good nollie
Give it up
flip
to God.
frontside nose slide.
That was dope, Felipe. Like I was saying, he just holds it above the ledge. You got to float for so long with the gap to it, and then as you drop down low, that is not easy.
See his wife's here,
Yeah.
and he's going to be a father soon as well.
Oh wow, he's in a fever dream right now.
Yeah.
It's just all coming together.
Yeah, it's all falling into place.
Yeah.
Isn't it great to see coaches and mentors and people from certainly my history, pro skaters coming in, moving into positions to help support all of these skaters out there?
I think we spoke about this last time in Dubai when I was on live with you, but a lot of the coaches, you know, it seems like a bit of a taboo, but it's people that you kind of grew up skating with, that guided you as an older skater, and just kind of get you hyped.
92.56 coming
Yeah.
in. Big, big score there for the nollie flip frontside nose slide. The judges know exactly how hard that trick
Yep.
is.
He's in first. Wow.
Yeah. So Kairi Netsuki, 167.07, looking to drop a
What is it? Dropping
92.97.
92s, man. Oh, I think that might do it. The nollie inward revert.
Yeah.
The suburban bird, as some have said.
Suburban bird.
There's the
Okay.
ghetto bird, the suburban
Yeah.
bird.
A bit of a
Nollie
weird
inward field.
sound on the landing. I was like, did he get his foot on it and snap his board or something? But it was, yeah. I think
Might
it
have
just bounced
clapped the
off
tail a bit,
stairs.
yeah.
And I mean, that's what's showing how good he is. Dropping a 92.97.
Right, that's
getting that
insane.
first trick.
Like, let's
done.
get rid of a 92.
Yeah. Braden. Oh, okay. Kickflip backside nose blunt slide. He's got one last go at that. Now, we saw it with Daniela Tirol in the women's section earlier. She stepped away from trying the frontside blunt slide, wasn't working out, went to the backsmith, and that's what got her into the final.
Yep.
Right on that bubble score. Do you think Braden needs to step away from that or just see it through? I know it's hard as a skateboarder to walk
So
away,
hard.
but
Me and my coach will talk about this a lot, but sometimes you're just too stubborn. Wow! That's what I was talking about. I did not
Christopher
know he
Crew.
had the kick front blunt like that.
yeah.
And the crew. Let's go.
Yeah, we might be renaming the late Shove It to the Crew.
I think I did by accident. Croon slide,
I
croon,
think
croon to
if you
fakie.
say it, people are like, oh, you're talking about the late Shove It, right?
Right. I've never seen anyone else do it. Maybe I'm wrong. Could
I
be
like
wrong.
the way in this, he catches it, locks it in, and then it slides a little bit further, and his toes just touching the rail a little
Oh.
bit. The judges will see that. So it's going to hurt, but it's still going to get a great score.
We'll see. That is a hard one to lock and hold all the way down. Like I was saying, that rail's super long.
But being in the middle of the pack, 114.97 on the score, he definitely needs to improve on it to be in with a chance of getting through.
He's in the club.
90.04.
He's in
Big
the
score.
club. 90.04.
To be very happy.
Do you think he's safe right now with a 126?
I don't
we
think
have
so.
another heat after
I
this,
don't think
right?
so. The next heat is so powerful. Some
Yeah.
very high-ranked skaters. it's going to be very difficult unless you're even in the first place position, Felipe's
right.
position. I mean, you can't be that comfortable. We've seen it before when no one gets through from the first heat.
I've been in this position before, too, and you kind of have to assume everybody from the last heat is going to make it. So, no, yeah, you're right. No one is safe. And that's why we see people going for big tricks.
Yeah. He's going big spin out.
Yeah. I think he's seen Sora do that, and he's like, that gets a good score, and I want a piece of that.
I mean, I saw Sora turn up once, and within 5 minutes he did that first go.
It's just
he
automatic.
barely even warmed up, and he just did it, like, almost to just be like, yeah,
yep,
that's what I'm coming with.
That's how we do it. It's just like it's a standard move for him at this point, you know?
Joseph Garbaccio yet to get that trick done in this section. Got 2 left, including this. Oh, it's not quite working for him. If you could go and whisper in his ear right now, what would you say?
Oh, it would be so difficult because if I was him, I'd be like, no, I got this 100%. Leave me alone. Like, I'm going to do it. But then I'm sometimes like, man, I should have listened to the coach, man. Like,
yeah.
I should have switched it up. So it's such a tough spot to be in. Like, so much power to the coaches that, like, will go in there and, you know, take you off track when you're headed for a crash course.
But the coaches know you as well. They work really close, and they're like, I know what you like.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. You know it's the way to go. Allow it.
Conversations with the coaches afterwards, when they're right especially, is sometimes it burns a little bit because you're like, ooh, insult to injury. I'm already down. Should have listened.
So, currently in second place, even after a 360 flip nose blunt slide down the longest rail in the park. Half cab nose slide.
270.
Do you know what? I really think that Ivan Montiero had something special for breakfast this morning.
Maybe. Might have been the Italian breakfast out here.
Wow. Big bowl of acai.
That could have brought Brazil to Italy.
Yeah. Check this out. So, half cab, nose slide. Nollie heel 270 out.
Yeah.
Barely held on to it, but it's a make. No heel or hands down.
Yep. Clean. When you catch your balance on that little bit of a whirlwind, oh, it's the best feeling. You're like, yes.
Love you, baby. I love you. Yeah.
It's all about that love from Brazil.
You're pretty elated at that point. He's like, oh, which one? Oh, Brazil.
But I don't think anyone could ask any more.
Yeah.
Angelo in there, giving him congratulations.
82. Sitting in that second place is nice right now. Let's see if it holds. But it is very close, though. It's under a point.
Yeah, really, really close scoring on our top 3. Okay, Max Bergin. Trick 3 of 3. The pressure's on. He's starting in that same position again. Just getting a deep breath in. Here we go. Come on. Frontside nose grind.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. When it mattered, he got it done.
Yeah.
Taking a page out of Chloe Cavell's book, frontside nose grind, nollie flip out, but it was absolutely buttery.
You could just tell when he was on there that he's wiggling that foot. He was ready to land that one. Yeah.
Get it right in the pocket and just give it the flick off the tail. Watch
wiggle,
that.
Wiggle. Bang.
Riding away really, really well on that one.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Have a couple of bails and a bang.
Well, like you said, it's scoring around a 90.
We'll see, we'll see.
Chloe had a bit of a foot drag on hers and got late 80s on it, but 88.31. He's happy with that.
Yeah.
And that sees him in 5th place, but it's going to be a nerve-wracking wait with the next heat coming up.
That 25, that might come back to haunt him.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the prime example of why that run section is so, so important.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see if we didn't have the runs fully, like if you could make up with it, like a half-point deduction or something, give people a chance to stay in.
Felipe coming in. Whoa, switch flip back tail.
We'll hope to see that in the finals. The switch flip back tail.
I really hope we get to see that trick for sure.
He's got his stoked. He's got his points.
And he's done the switchback tail so many times out here in Rome. It'll be, once he's in, just muscle memory to get through it.
I was going to say, like, once you feel that lock, you just kind of rely on all systems, just take over, go back to the fever dream, just let it happen. Don't want to think. Thinking messes everything up in skating.
Kairi Netsuke, trick 3 of 3. Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Heel flip, late big spin.
See, he does the late shove the other way.
Yeah.
I was almost like, is that a heel flip croon? No, he does it the other way, though. The heel flip Kairi.
Wow, that is such a gnarly one. So it's a backside heel flip the way he does it, but he catches it, late shove, so the late big spin on it.
Right.
Wow. So Braden is in the position to do the kickflip back nose button. You can hear everyone shouting for him in the crowd.
Come on, Braden.
We know he's got this so good.
Yeah, he does. I've seen him do it under pressure a bunch of times. So
well, out in the OQS, he absolutely stamped one down.
Oh.
It almost looked like he calmed that, like his body position looked really calm.
Yep.
But maybe a little bit too much.
I think is the drop down to it, you know, where he normally pops that kickflip up so high and like it just kind of goes perfectly into place, but he's got to hold it a little longer just to get into that slide.
So Braden will be finishing on that 79.20 as we take it over to Christopher Kroon. Currently in second place. He would love to jump up to third or second, really, to be a bit more comfortable. Oh!
Wow.
Backsmith Kroon out.
Kroons are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're all over this course at this point. These tricks I've never seen.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do that.
To go from kickflip front blunt to backsmith late shove. It's a wild bag, man.
Yeah,
got a
late
lot of
shove
tricks.
front board.
Wow. Crazy.
Kickflip front blunt,
Yeah.
backsmith late shove.
So pretty diverse.
Okay.
He's having fun out there.
Okay, third and final chance for Daiki to get this trick done. This would be the point where it's like, do you walk away from it? Do you go back to it and get it done? Fight the battle. He got pretty close, got into the tail slide last time.
He's changing it up.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, he's changing it up.
Whoa, going for a huge switch frontside flip.
Yeah. Seems like he's just comfortable in the air. He's like, if I can just get in the air for longer, then maybe have more time to fix whatever's happening underneath my feet. Get back to the ground.
We'll get up there and assess the situation mid-flight.
He's like, get rid of this ledge. I don't need this. It's in the way.
So, taking that 31.16 away.
Joseph,
And-
crook nollie flip again.
okay.
You think he's going to go for it? Did he have the coach whisper in his ear?
I mean,
Like
he's
a fairy
got a big
godmother?
bag of tricks. Like, you never get to see his full bag. We could see the big nollie flip. No,
switch.
360 flip. Whoa!
Yeah. It was worth the shot. That would have
Big
been a
spin
really
flip.
good score.
Yeah, he would have got a huge score on that. And it would have been, you know, with the 51.92, he knew at that point, you know, there's no other scores on the board. It needs to be as high as possible. So there's no point really aiming at a score that's not going to be enough. You might as well step away and go for it.
It looked like he had a little inside joke with the coach or something over there after. He went right to him after he did the little goggle thing. He's still laughing, though. Smiles all around.
Yep, so Joseph not getting that one done, remaining in that 7th place position. All smiles for Felipe Gustavo right now and Ivan Monteiro.
Look at that. Brazil on top 2 times.
So anyone mid-pack at the moment, Max, Christopher, Kairi, there, you know, and then if we're talking about Kairi, we've got to talk about Ivan because he's right there next to him in the scores. They're going to be nervous right now, waiting for heat number 2 to come through and watch themselves start filtering out of that scoreboard. Let's check out what went down from our current leader, Felipe Gustavo.
I like this line. Nollie front nose, kick for crook.
That kickflip is so good. The frontside kickflip, it's just a thing of beauty. And the way he lands like 4 feet past the step up.
It almost looked like that switchback tail could have got away from him, but that cruise control automatic, you know, just kicked right in.
Well, he's got such a good mixture of pop and flick and accuracy. You know, when it does go wrong, the reps are in there enough that he can, you know, adjust on the fly.
Yeah, like I was saying, with Felipe's tricks, there's not many people in the world that can put those down under pressure. So that's amazing when he does.
Well, thank you very much for joining me,
Yeah.
Mickey. It's been a pleasure again to chat skateboarding to you. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Thanks for having me. Super stoked to be here.
Go and enjoy the next heat that will be coming up. Get yourself a good spot in the stands. We've
Right.
got heat number 2 coming up very shortly. We'll see you then. Hello and welcome back to the first Street World Cup event of 2025. We've seen Heat 1 already of our men's semi-final. Now we're handing it over to heat number 2. Some of the biggest names in skateboarding out there on the course warming up. And my new guest in the booth is the amazing Matthias Dell'Olio. Thanks for joining me, mate.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me here in this amazing evening in Rome, in front of the Coliseum, on the semi-finals of the World Championship, right?
Yeah, it's great. World Cup.
We won as the best skaters. We just saw a crazy first hit, you know. Brazil
So
taking the lead.
Let's take a look at that first place. Currently, Felipe Gustavo run. And I mean, the thing is with Felipe, he has got that pop, he's got the flick and the accuracy. And that's what really has done him well in this run.
He is so precise. Look, pinch tricks that are so hard.
The wheel just rolls over the rail and the truck just locks in.
Switch game, really important. Switch flip from board in the middle of the run.
Yeah.
Switch back tail.
I mean, to get those switch tricks in, especially something as gnarly as the switchback tail, really important. But that nollie flip frontside nose slide, I mean, look at that. The way he catches it, steers it round, puts it into the front nose. I mean, front nose is not a nice trick to approach on that obstacle anyway.
Not really. I've been skating that gap for the last few years, you know, gap to Hava, and every time I approach, it's like, wow, it's pretty scary.
So on your screen there, we have the amazing Vincent Milou. Vincent is the thing that I love about Vincent is he's painting a picture on this course. Every trick leads to the next trick. And I think that is something beautiful I like to see. It's like he's filming a street part in the park in his run.
He's one of the skaters that you really expect to first do well and second to connect that frontside heel flip on the bump to bump, and then he do like a fakey overcrook on the quarter pipe to least like halka flip. Is like not many people can connect like him and have that style, and also be a super nice guy, you know.
Oh, he's a lovely guy. And then someone else who's standing out is Juni Kang. This kid is incredible.
Oh my God, I was watching for the first day, you know, his tricks, you know, like you see now, we can see him practice, switch from 180 crook, approaching first trick, he battery push, nollie back 270 board side. These two tricks together, nobody else in the world can do it. I think since 14 or 15.
He won Tamparam as well.
Tamparam, Copenhagen.
Yeah.
And if you just follow him, you should see some incredible, insane tricks down Havas, the switchback take, switch heel flip, and tricks that.
Interesting thing is, he's not ranked yet either.
He's from South Korea, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
here we have our heat 2. Vincent Milou, we've just spoken about.
We can call it a heavyweight.
Yeah, it really
Even
is.
that we have Jingwo, that's the lightest and the youngest skater.
Yeah, but mixing with the gold medalists as well.
Yeah.
And current ranked first in the world. That's a heavy, heavy heat to be in. But someone sandwiched in the middle of that is Giancarlos.
Giancarlos, you know, Latino power. I'm really happy he represents Latin America, and he can really handle the pressure, and he's the one who can escape whole run and switch.
Yeah.
That's why he's where he is right now. A fun fact of, you know, Jingwo, he broke his arm no long ago.
Yeah.
Just a month.
Well,
and he's still first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Qualifier.
And I mean, he had a full cast on. It's now been reduced down, like, you know. But he is that consistent. He can just turn it on.
Wow.
So.
About to drop in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Vincent Milou from France.
Let's go, Vincent. We want to watch, like you say, he's about to paint a piece of art for us.
Yeah. And I love the way that he chooses to do some of the gnarliest tricks first go. Yesterday he did that, put his hand down, dabbed a little bit. That hurt him on the score. that sees him where he's in the position now. He could have been way higher, but a couple of sketch outs in the run. He's not going to make that mistake this time.
You can see he didn't grab the board yet. We're going half run in. Like I said, front heel flip, fakey overcook to oh.
Wow, missing the fakey kickflip.
You know, a good part is when you're missing, you gotta really let it go.
Yeah.
It's like a point of tennis, right? You might need to get over it of this after. Wow!
Oh, not quite making that, but
wow,
that was heavy right there. And I mean, yeah, like you were saying, you've got to let it go.
You gotta let it go because you need only one.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if it's the first one or the second one. You know, greatest athletes, they say like, yeah, you gotta accept what happened and just let it go and go for the next one, right?
And I mean, it's a hard game. It is a hard game, and it's hard to let go, especially as a skateboarder. You don't get good at skateboarding by refusing to go back. You know, it's hard to walk away from things. But look at that.
That was a switch nose slide.
Yeah.
Up to power slide on the flat.
There's a lot of wax down there. Mickey cleaned that up the other day, though, with his hip, thankfully, for everyone.
Oh, that was you were talking about that with him?
Yeah.
Big ass slam,
that was
right?
a gnarly slam.
What he say about it? He's okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
He was looking at it.
40.52. So that will definitely need a tidy up.
Colombia in the house.
Ranked 13th in the world. You don't get there for no reason.
I want everybody to watch it drop and switch.
Yeah.
He will switch back clip the whole reel.
I love the way he starts this.
The whole reel. Wow.
And to do it that consistently, you know, it's not just that he's doing it, it's every go. He doesn't falter. And, you know, the first time I saw him skate in warm-up, I was like, this guy is special.
What about
He's got
this one?
something else. No one's doing that.
Such a hard one. Fakey Tesla.
No one's doing that.
No.
On that obstacle or anywhere else.
I have like a conversation with him about it because I'm really good on switch back lip too. I was like, I don't know if you really want to try. He was like, oh, I have a street mission. That's why I'm doing it.
Right, okay.
You know, he's like, wow, I gotta try this 23 straight rail. You know, I'm like, wow.
Well, jump over to the Thrasher site and search his name, and you're in for a treat. His street part
that was
is
so close,
absolutely incredible. So close to a full pull.
You start and switch.
From London.
You want to finish and switch. You have nollie, you have fakie, rotation.
Yeah, I mean, there's everything. And I mean, when you're planning out your run, because you obviously know the game, you know how to put a good run together, do you say, I need to have a front takeoff, so nollie, I need to do something fakey, I need to do something switch, I need to flip my board, and I need to get that done in 45 seconds.
And I need a quarter pipe trick, and I need a space to breathe for the last trick, because that's really important to get up there with 7-8 seconds. You cannot get, especially for me, I need 2-3 breath, big ones, to get the last trick done. And more in water skate, you need to put big tricks.
Yeah.
Without big tricks, you need to go home.
Yeah.
This is like the highest level of skateboarding.
It's the highest level. So Carlos getting a 59.07 as we take it over to Japan, Sora Shirai. You always know you're in for a treat.
Wow.
The consistency on that trick is outrageous. That's not a trick you should be able to do that consistent.
It's not that only he got consistent, he is doing the easy one because I know him pretty well. Wow!
Oh, that's a long way to spin onto.
Wow!
That is absolutely crazy.
I don't
Lovely 360 flip.
I was speechless. Like,
yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Nor did I. I've not seen him try that.
No.
He just threw it in there. Here we go. Last trick. Right on the buzzer. The Sora grind to see it off. And there's that samurai drop that you get at the end of that run. I mean, when you're in a heat with Sora,
you gotta go.
How hard is it to kind of ignore him? Because surely you've just got to go. He's not here. You know,
I practiced with him for 3 days. You know.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. You can get inspired and motivated. That's what happened to me. Or you can get really sad or innovative because he's so good that you want to watch him skate. Like
you need to train as well, though. You need to practice.
It was like backside flip to sugar cane.
Yeah.
Like he was doing this.
I was here when he did that.
Tricks.
I was like, what? He did it about 4 times in a row at one point.
He arrived and I went to get a coffee and I saw him and he was like, well, I need to upgrade my run. And he did, because he didn't do this.
Must be
yesterday.
nice to be able to just go, oh, that's the upgrade I'll do.
Yeah, full cut back leap on the longest run.
Yeah. Oh, 88.08.
Wow. Highest run
there.
of the day.
Yep.
For,
That's way
I think
up
so,
there.
10
I mean,
points.
we've seen it, how that affects the trick section. Really releases the pressure.
Yeah.
Anyone who's down, like, anywhere near the 50s, 60s, 70s, struggle with the trick section.
I love Giovanni how he skates.
Big fakey game. Fakey front crook.
Man, this is a good feeling.
Such a good-looking trick. Such a good feeling trick. Oh.
High nollie big spin back leap.
But way above the rail than he needed
like
to go.
2-3 foot.
Yeah. Wow. I think with
you don't realize
Giovanni,
how hard
he has chosen to have a different approach, and he's chosen to
like
feed,
that one.
Yeah, and to feed his way of skating. He loves his fakey game, and he's like, I'm going to lean into it. That is a big run right there.
Wow.
Big run. Ivan's on his feet with applause.
We see the president of Brazil and Ivan Monteiro rooting for his mate.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I really like from Brazil. They really help each other, you know.
Well, what I like is that Giovanni's got that done. When he's got the pressure of not having a full run done, you see he kind of gets in his own head a bit and he kind of lets it go when he should stay calm. And I really love to see him move through the competition and step things up, because he's got a deep bag of tricks and some different tricks that I want the world to see.
Yeah. This is a big sport.
Yeah. It's got to be way up there. 83.30.
Second highest run of the day.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what you expect when you're in this heat, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we always know that everyone in Heat 1 could not go through to the final. Every single skater, because the highest ranking skaters through from qualification, through from quarterfinals, are in that second heat in reverse running order.
They already have 10-point different lead on the runs.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference. More
massive
with the new
difference.
format, right?
Yeah.
Because you cannot approach 2 tricks on the best trick.
Starting off with the back nose, blunt slide, toe up, 360 flip.
It's the winner of last year.
Oh, front side flip getting away. I'd love to see it. 270 lip. And I mean, the Japanese skaters are kings of letting it go, like you were saying earlier. Whoa.
It's part of the culture, right?
Yeah.
Most of them, they miss the first run yesterday. It doesn't matter for them. They still handle it. But this is the thing of, be trying to understand a little more the game of Japan, right? They are competing versus Japan.
Yeah.
They are not here to compete with us. There are only 3 spots for them, and they come here just to win.
But also, there's only a certain amount of allocation per country. They've got so many riders in the top 30 that are pre-registered that they're extra riders on top of the 6 that they're allowed. So they've got 9. They've still got another 3 that could go through.
Yeah.
And they're relying on the National Federation to sign them up to go through. Yeah. So that they're battling, like you say, internally, not with anyone else.
No. That's what happened when I always talk with Soda, He was like, oh, you have it so easy. We have only 2 riders for Argentina. It's me and Mauro Iglesias on the top. But for them, they have like 7.
Yeah.
And only the top 3 can go to LA 2028. That's why they skate so good.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw that with the OQS, like the riders slowly going down, and the likes of Momiji Nishia didn't get through. Yeah. And she's won a gold.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is.
For nowhere, oh my God. You gotta look this guy.
Coming through for Toa.
Churchill, please. Attention on this kid.
All eyes on the
Tampa
screen.
winner, Copenhagen Open Pro winner.
Yeah.
Starting switch front, 180 crooks.
Woo! I mean, you were saying you know exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Only 274 slide.
I know. I've been watching him because he's just inspired.
Whoa, missing the varial heel, which is unusual.
It's okay.
But could be first run jitters. I mean, he's a young guy. First time getting through to this part of the competition because he's new on the scene.
If it's something I know about this kid, he can handle that pressure.
Yeah.
To win Tampa Am, it's not easy.
Oh, I mean, that comp is so crazy. Definitely needs to stay calm. That's what we're seeing right now. Catching that 360 flip with the front foot.
Coming on
Last
switch.
trick.
Switch
back tail. And how basic did he make that look?
So easy.
Like,
people don't really
at home
understand.
going, that's easy. I'm telling you right now, it is not. I would say that was leaning more towards impossible than easy.
The people who is watching us and listening us, I hope so they can understand. Grab the ball, go outside to the curb, and go switchback tail.
To a curb, yeah.
Yeah, shoot to the curb. Now put a gap and a habba.
Yeah. Yeah.
On top of that, a pressure of the run.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw him not make that varial heel over the driveway. With that made, that's going to be way up there on the scoreboard,
100%. Just because he start switch, nollie, heel flips, backs and nose blends.
And I mean, he knows how to get the best out of the judging criteria.
Yeah.
You know, the style is there, execution is perfect on everything.
And you know, also be the underdog, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like you have, like Yuto, like 2 golden medals on your neck, and then everyone expects you to perform.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heavy weight around your neck, isn't it? So,
but
Juni getting that 69.62 as we take it over to Japan's Yuto Horigome, 2-time gold medal winner, starting it off with that switch frontside tail slide, back nose blunt.
Beautiful one. Do you know he can skate bird?
And he has got this kind of really calm style. It makes you think that the tricks he's doing aren't as good as they are. They really are. And when he is on top form, he's basically untouchable, right?
Yeah.
Backside tail slide.
What is coming is impressive.
Yeah.
Really,
I'm keen to see.
Really.
He's taking a bit of a breather, and that's sacrificing maybe another trick. Wow. Okay. All the way.
Full cap, switch back, lead, river, the whole rail.
All the way.
That's,
I mean, the thing is, when you spin, your shoulders want to carry on going, right? So doing it on a long rail, you're going to slowly keep going. But the way he controls it with his shoulders, he knows exactly where he is, and he knows exactly what to do to slow that rotation down.
It's really impressive. You know, I've been working on that trick for a really long time. I don't see myself going down the rail. Not even close.
I mean, when we first saw that trick, I went to the local park and just rode up towards it, pretending like I would try to do it. And I was like, no, thank you. It's not inviting. Not even to just mess around and fake it.
You can really hurt yourself in the rail. They make it look so easy.
Way too easy. So waiting for Yuto's score to come in. 86.26. That's way up there. Way up there. He's so calm. He's just like, yeah, okay, cool. What do you think he'll change up the second run with? Where can he make an upgrade? It almost seems like impossible.
He did a back tail and he didn't go up, nollie from heel.
Yeah, okay. So, Gimwe on a dare up. Kickflip back to the tail side, fakie to start things off. Start with a banger. Double frontside kickflip. Like, absolutely
This is a video game.
It is wild, the tricks that Gimwe does.
This is video game stuff.
Second hit on the big section straight away. Backside kickflip down in. There's no one else out on the course doing that today. Frontside blunt. He's got access to a huge bag of tricks, but with that crazy kickflip style he's got, he can manipulate his board to do whatever he wants. And he almost like hovers in the air because he's so light.
Wow.
I mean, that was perfect.
Dyke is like, wow.
Yeah, like, what did I just see?
It's like, you know, I really wish I landed my tricks yesterday to be there, but now that I'm watching here, I'm like, wow, I've been so much pressure with this Japanese game. I'm like, kind of happy to be this side, you know?
Well, if you're skating after you've just seen that run, what do you do in your mind?
I'll let it go.
Yeah, just
I cannot do anything.
That was him.
You gotta understand that you gotta go there and deliver. You deliver what you've been practicing, and you let to the judges, because if we ask, Mike can do that trick, but not the run. And ask Jingo if he can do my run, he can. That's the beauty of skateboarding. What I bring to the table here in this event, nobody else can do it. And that's for everybody. That's why they are here than the best in the world.
So 3 of this heat are in the top 8 just on runs already. That's a big deal. Sora, Jinwoo, and Yuto already in there. Wow. So we're going back to the top of the heat. Runs number 2. Final chance for some. We've not seen a clean run from Vince yet. 40.52. It would be very difficult to get in the top 8 with a low run score like that. So he needs to compose himself and do what he does best. Get the paintbrush out and show us a Rembrandt.
Yeah, I think so that the semi-final is the finals. It's even harder.
Yeah.
Just to get inside, you gotta skate.
Time and time again, don't we? Semi-finals turns into the finals.
Yeah. Don't you be better because you have 16 skaters trying to get to the top 8.
Fake nose blunt to bring it back.
There is more back of trick that you can see.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you might know what to expect from everybody. But man, might surprise you, you know.
In this position for Vincent right now, you're going through your run. Are you thinking, you have to stay on, you have to stay on, you have to stay on? Or are you just going, I'm just sticking to the plan, I'm going through the process, and you're just on the muscle memory and just flowing through it?
You have to. If you start thinking, I gotta stay on, you will miss the present moment.
So,
it is so well.
In that run, let's break it down. For me, a standout moment, it might not be the most impressive thing, but the frontside heel flip, frontside 180 heel flip over the driveway, the way he does it, and there's a reason no one else really does that trick.
Because it's so difficult.
But it's coming off of a big trick to start with, and it's where he goes to for the next trick, you know, and he sets up with the previous trick that might be a banger to then go through to something else. And the middle filler tricks like that
Hack a crook to frontside heel flip to a fakey nose grind on the quarter pipe to a hack a flip.
Yeah. And then finish it out with the switch frontside nose grind.
You can call like you have the best flow in the entire park.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, yesterday we saw a very similar, if not the same run, with a hand down on the kickflip frontside lip slide, and one other sketch on the frontside kickflip. But changing up the run, we're going to see the potential of what that has got. But I think he should be smiling right now. That is a big, big score going to come through. 80.10. Yeah, so that sees him in 10th place at the moment with 1 score taken at the moment. It's looking good for him, but he has to get that big trick in.
I know the judges, they want to see hard tricks in the big stage.
Yeah.
He get a kickflip front lip and a switch nose grind. When our Japanese friend and Giovanni, they put bangers.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't skate well. The other ones, they just have hardest tricks on the run.
Yeah, so also looking to get that full run. Giancarlos, fakey crooked grind. Nollie front board, nearly catching the front truck on that one. Little breather on the decked out rock fakie, coming in fakey tail slide.
Oh.
That nearly got away from him. That was almost body position for fakey crooks.
That's what I call muscle memory.
Yeah.
He's just doing it.
Oh no, Nollie heel flipping a bit, getting away from him. You can see the disappointment on his face. He knows that it's going to be so hard to get in that top 8 with a 59.07 to rely on.
You never know until the last trick, but I have something with the Japanese that I'm surprised when they miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other way around with everybody else. I'm surprised when they make it. All the skaters are like, wow, he did, great. With the Japanese, the Asians, I'm surprised when they miss because 95% of the time they just land it.
From looking at the stats there, Giancarlos can't get in because the other skaters so highly scored so far, they could just smith the rail or something and be in. If they played the safe game, you know, they might get caught up, but it's very unlikely. They just need a basic trick in. And I mean, that's something where the coaching comes into play as well. Someone's saying, hey, calm down. If you just do something basic, you're in the final. Not a big spin.
Sort of already changed the first trick.
Yeah, first trick.
It
Switched
was
it
the
up.
front A. That was the backside. It's me.
Oh, that trick is so gnarly. Oh, the way he had to wait until he got over the rail to spin the rest of it round.
Well,
Little bit of a hot pocket maybe on the ankle.
I hope so he uses footprints. It's okay, he's a warrior.
Yeah.
I think so he got too hype. He got too hype on the trick, you know.
Yeah.
He was trying the whole week.
I'd be
And then sometimes he landed, sometimes he's not. That's a back 270 hard weight board slide, right?
Yeah. It's almost like alley-oop in a way, but it's you've got to ollie, clear the rail, let your shoulders bring you round and wait to see if you're still over the rail or not.
I want to say it's the first time ever on the
I think
contest.
that might well be an MBD in a competition.
Yeah. I didn't see nobody actually doing it.
Shape of things to come.
Wow, this is talk about the level of skateboarding.
Well, it's also tantamount to how good he is, you know, to do something no one else has done just off the cuff like that. So Giovanni Viana out of Brazil. Oh, that is a very naughty trick.
Becky, switch backside overcrook.
Oh no, the naughty big spin, lip getting away from him, saying 2 thumbs up.
It's okay.
But he is just outside of the bubble, 83.3. And I mean, that is impressive. 83.30, and he's outside of the top 8. You know, big score. He's sat there looking good. He is looking good. I mean, he's got some big tricks in the trick section, but this is the point where we start seeing everyone shuffle around in that leaderboard.
You know, when you change your run and then you're thinking a lot on the trick that you want to change and then you do it, you might lose the thought process of the next one. We can see it right here. When they landed the trick, they're like, I don't really have it, but I want to do it.
Toa definitely needs a full run. Back nose blunt to start it off.
If somebody can put it together, it's this kid. Last time champion here. There you go.
Really good kick flip. That frontside flip is special every time. 270 lip slide. Front blunt, and I mean, like you were saying, we're planning out the run, you've got to get those quarter pipe tricks in.
There you go.
Big back 3.
Big one.
Huge, off the highest bit.
Like I say, someone can do it.
Yeah, certainly looking good so far. 10 seconds left on the clock.
I like how he can like fly when he do it.
Oh, normally 180 nose grind, 180 out. Still had a little bit of time left on the clock there, but
if you look, all the Japanese, they know the game really well.
Yeah.
When they have the last trick, they know how to move.
Yeah.
Other people like rushing to do something else and might be the mistake of...
Well, I mean, you've got to let that blood circulate, bring the oxygen round and give you some energy back into your legs. Just slowing it down at the right time shows really well planned run. So 70.45. I think that one's going out the window. So we're waiting for that score to come through for run number 2. 84.77. That sees him now just outside of that bubble position in 9th. That's big. That is a big deal. And now Giovanni and Vincent are looking nervous. With those early 80s, I mean, we said it, you need to be way up there, but we're still yet to get through to that trick section. And I think we're going to see a lot of our heat number 1 skaters dropping out. Junie back in. Oh, did you hear the snap on that pop?
Oh, that's a really hard trick. And like the sequence, the realist really taught you to get together 2 tricks.
Yeah.
Like that, you know?
It's tall, square, and long.
You don't see sequence like that.
No.
It's one or the other one.
Back nose blunt, holding on to it. And I mean, this is the beauty of these World Skate competitions. You know, if you're registered with your national federation, you can just come along and get involved. You know, there's no invite, it's just get involved, get in the mix, and get on the course and show what you've got. And what he's got is an ender like that. Switch, frontside heel flip at the end as well. Like 2 foot higher than he needed to do it. That was absolutely incredible. This kid is so good. He's going to go very far.
I've been telling you. I'm not surprised.
No, you're not even, you're just like, yeah, I knew that was coming.
Did I not tell you the whole run before we start?
Yeah, you did. You called it.
I'm like, well, there you go.
So when you're planning out this run, you're getting on the course. Is it literally just get in there and repeat, 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 repeat? Or is it important to step away sometimes, do something different and come back again?
Depends your way to skate. For me especially, is repeat.
Yeah.
It's like any other sport right now. I call it skateboarding become like gymnastics.
Yeah.
You need to have it so dialed in, and your body have to exactly know, because under pressure things can change. And like you see, many of them they almost miss. They didn't miss because they did 1,000 repetitions before or more.
85.26 coming through. That sees him in that ninth place position. Everyone shuffled down again. But they have no tricks on the board yet in the trick section. So that is definitely going to change. You're laughing. It's just silly. Absolutely silly. Run number 2 for Yuto Horigome.
We need to see improvement in this run. That I think it will be the nollie frontside heel flip out of the step up.
Yep, starting off the same. There's that nollie switch, feeble 180 out from Blunt to bring it back towards the big hubba. 360 flip, 50. Just going a little bit too far over the ledge. And I mean, that's a whole place you don't want to be riding down on that with so much wax on it.
Oh, and then, it was really hot the whole week. Then you put a lot of wax when it's hot, and then when it get a little, now, let's say it's not that hot because the sun just go down. It's getting compound on the ledge. You gotta go take it out. Because if there's a block of wax on top, oh man, that's slippery. It's ice.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, the skaters will use the wax to make the ledges grind and slide a lot better, and the rails. But with the weather being so hot, that wax has been melting off as the competition's been going on. And we get back to Gimwu Onodera. Kick back tail fakie. Staying with the double frontside kickflip. We saw him doing the 360 flip last time. We know he's got like 1,000 waterpipe tricks. So missing that one. He's in 7th place already. He's going to do well in the trick section. Big backside kickflip.
One trick that you miss, everything, starts shaking.
Okay. He's getting back in there to get it done. Backside kickflip.
Wow.
So here's a stat. Top 7.
We have 7 people with high scores.
Yuto's just in there on the bubble.
Yeah.
I think we're going to take a look at some run comparisons. But Christopher Kroon's still in the mix. Max Bergen's still in the mix. Kairi Natsuki still in the mix.
I don't think so for really long, Kairi and Ivan, they are in a bubble position.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Yeah,
if you make, these are mathematics, you got to make the mathematics and then see what,
So let's have a look at the leaderboard just based on runs.
Oh, wow. 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83.
So
that's the level.
Top 7 from this heat, highest runs. That's so gnarly. Braden didn't land the tricks, so, he's way down there, and it's so important to get both high scores. Otherwise, you just can't stay in that top 8. I mean, it's a gnarly cutting the field in half, but you've got to have what it takes. If you don't get that run score down, the pressure is so on those tricks.
With the format from the last years, was a possibility that you can gain it back with the 2 tricks, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like 100 for the runs, 100 for one trick, 100 for another trick. That's mean almost
you could do it.
Between 250, 280 was the average. And you have a really good 290s, 95s, plus another 60, you might be there.
Yeah, you might.
You might if you're lucky. Now you need a high run. That's why tomorrow on the final we will see 3 runs.
Yeah. We change it again for finals. 3 runs, 3 tricks.
3 runs, 3 tricks, 1 run count, 1 trick counts.
Yeah. I mean, it is a great change-up. I'm really excited to see it, but how do you feel about it?
You know, I'm really happy just because I'm practice a lot of my runs, and then I know I'm strong on runs. And I have a lot of room to improve and change tricks that many other skaters, they don't. And, you know, just that I have an interview with Japanese television, and they asked me the same question. Like, I'm really happy. Japan, they have really strong best tricks.
Yeah.
That's how
Very.
Juto been winning. Now you can see they're working a lot on the runs.
Yeah.
But it depends where you put more focus the last few years. If it was like, well, I want to get the runs.
Well, we
really
saw that with
consistent.
Yuto before, didn't we?
Yeah, Yuto was winning by
with
tricks.
just tricks. And then the format changed again, and he kind of struggled to get into the rhythm of the run section because you had to take that run score through.
Yeah.
And now, you know, he seems to have found his feet and switching it on like he did out in Paris. You know, he looked like he was out of the picture, then just went, no, here you go.
He was out of the picture on
no
Budapest.
was
Only
gonna do
back to 70 blind slide and then made it 97.
Yeah.
He was really down on the Olympics on the final, and only back to 70 blind slide. Won.
Well, I mean, we saw it in the park competition. NBDs, fakie 7, 2 fakie 7s, 1 mute, 1 stalefish, and a 900. I'd love to see some NBDs in the trick section as well.
Oh my God! Wow. Let's see what the guys bring us tonight for us. You know, only 3 tricks. You gotta really focus on get the first one.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that position of 2 tries because you likely will miss a game, and then you gotta play safe.
Yeah, get that first trick down.
Yes.
Get it out the way. Know you've got the score on the board that you need. Wow, we going switch, flip, back lip on a square hover ledge. There's a lot
because
to deal with there.
You know, Vincent is not switch flip back take guy. He's a switch flip back lip guy.
Yeah.
Rather than Felipe, you know, he was trying switch flip back take. But that's what I mean. If I'm his coach, I was like, wow, kick flip front take. Why? You get a 80 and you win.
Yeah, totally.
Wow!
The classic Giancarlo's frontside feeble popping out to the nose grind. There's no one else doing that. Such an gnarly trick. We know he's got it to lip slide as well.
Aye.
So, into the front feeble.
Wow.
You could see he moved his shoulders straight away. He's like, get back over this side. Perfect execution. Doing something that no one else is doing on the board. And he needs the biggest of scores if he wants to get through, but it's not looking likely.
It's not looking because the low run.
Yeah.
You know, the score is a 59.07, and that can be hard for him. You know?
Yeah.
You never know until the last trick, right?
The low run, and because everyone else has scored so high
like
already.
Like I say, you have many Japanese who they will land the trick first try. Because they have a whole team over there telling you what to do.
Big score, 87.99, and that
Now
sees
he's
him in 4th place. But everyone else who's in this section that hasn't got a trick down yet, but has a high score in the run section, is going to be moving him down.
Probably my favorite skater.
Really?
Who's one? On contest skate, I think Sora is my favorite skater.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Sora.
Pedro is a go. Carlos Ribeiro.
Yeah.
But on this situation, because what he want to deliver right here.
Yeah, it always comes through when it matters. And there it is.
Ah!
Cavalier aerial, backside tail
Wow.
slide, big spin out.
Wow.
I mean, that is his trick, but to do it that well first go is ridiculous.
When I'm telling you it's the code of contest, this is what it is. When actually matter, when he know have the whole country his shoulders, and not even that, he gotta win over the other Japanese. He's not competing with us. He's competing versus the 2 times golden medalist and the prodigy of Jingwo.
Well, we know he has got a big score for this before, and there it is, 93.08. And to put that into text, best trick from Yuto at OQS Budapest was 97.10. He's closing that gap.
That's a, that's a real trick.
Yeah.
Yes. It's hard to, you know, compare one contest to another one.
Okay, coming in.
Wow.
That is such a difficult trick.
Becky from
Everything is wrong about
backside
it.
5-0.
Yeah. So you're going backwards to start it off. You're popping the opposite way to then try and get round and over into a backside 5-0. Look at that. Perfect execution, and those judges are going to know just how gnarly that trick is. So difficult to see where you are. You're pretty much blind at one point. Well, let's see what they make of that. He's going to be very happy to get that done.
The more I watch this event, the more I like the new format.
Yeah.
Feels like you get one run, one trick.
Yeah, done and dusted. See ya.
90.
90.34. Great score in there from the judges. And that sees him sat in second place, 173.64. That means Max Bergen is now on the bubble spot with 113.57. It's not looking good for him. Toa Sasaki, trick 1 of 3. Oh, wow, okay. Caballerial back nose blunt slide to Fakey. You're laughing, I'm laughing. It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
It's like I read the future. I've been telling you before we start again.
Yeah.
Most likely all the Japanese, they will land it. There you go, full back nose blunt, boom. Almost touched the ground. He know that can be the doctor for him, but he didn't touch it. Looked repetition.
Yeah, it was like, whoa,
nope.
Not quite.
This is a really hard trick, but being real on this hava is one of the easiest havas to do it because you can go over it.
Yeah.
You don't need to
Well,
come
it's
from
a
the side.
double-edged sword, that hubba, because it's pretty low on the lower half of it.
Yeah.
So if you're flipping into it, you have to then land down onto it because you're usually flipping up. But for something like that, it's really working out well.
We can see Niger the last few years doing it. That's why they take notes, go back to Japan, train the tricks, come back, deliver, and there you go, finally.
So Juni, currently in 12th place, 85.26.
Not afraid
in that run section.
to send it.
Coming in, switch. Oh, wow, okay. I think that's going to be possibly one of the biggest scores we'll see. Switch, frontside heel flip, crooked grind.
I think so he will do it to Tesla.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will see.
Looked like he was taking a little bit further out.
But I saw you practicing. I hope so.
Well, we've seen it again from Niger. Switch,
that's what I mean.
flip,
These people have been studying the game.
Yeah.
It's no more like, oh, let's go skate. No.
Nah.
It's a whole point system that you got to understand. Oh. Wow.
There's a lot going on with that trick as well. Bit of a heavy slam for Yuto.
He didn't really like the pressure.
Yeah, but he can do it though. He doesn't like it, but he can deal with it.
That's right.
And it usually comes down to that last trick, right?
It's never over until the last trick. You know, it's a great quote on Wimbledon when you walking into the course is privilege.
Whoa. Oh!
Wow.
Wow, there's a craziness going on there.
Happened?
Flicking backwards and forwards. I'd be interested to see if that's going to count.
I don't think so. You gotta be 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and still like you gotta ride over. You know.
delivering the board, one of our fantastic.
Now I remember the quote: "Pressure is for privileged people." You know. They are all privileged to be in the finals right here, and you gotta understand that you gotta embrace it, and you gotta work with it.
Yeah.
You know, if not, you are not made for this. You know.
Dainty little flip out on there.
Oh my God, that's something that. You know, the new course, they added these 2 rails. You gotta really watch out for.
Yeah.
That can happen. You know.
Well, we've seen him do that trick here before. Now those rails are there, it's like, well,
you can ride that way.
Exactly what you say.
Yeah. Even like the rails, when you skate the way back, they go. You have only a few centimeters left to get the right position to go up. You know.
But with the judges not coming straight in with a 0, it means that they're going to score this, I think.
I don't.
Yeah, they're just conferring with it. They're saying it's a make, I think. So waiting for that score. Kim Woo's looking nervous.
Yeah, because you gotta do the cross if you don't really want the score. If you cannot repeat.
Well, you
it,
can't
right?
do it now, can you? Yeah, you can't scratch it off. You just got to go back to it and repeat it.
Oh,
That's one of the changes in there. 89.56, big score. That sees Kimwu Onodera now in second place position,
Wow.
176.78. And this is the thing, Toa and Felipe's even further down now. You know, Ivan down in 6th place, Kyrie down into 7th place. John Carlos is now on that 8th place
Three
position
more,
bubble.
right? We have Vincent, Gino.
All
Juni,
yet to get the
Juto.
score in.
Yeah, and there were like 3 places
Yeah.
that we take up.
Okay. Pressure's not quite on yet. Coming in that switch flip position again. Yeah.
This is a position you don't want to be.
No.
Now is the moment that your coach comes like, well, I know you want to do this, but you got to get to the next round.
Yeah. But
Let's see.
you're caught up with it. You're like,
You're
I know
a
I can do
skater,
it.
you know.
I know
You're a
I can do it.
skater.
I
You
want
want
to go
to
get
do
it.
for this, but that's the difference of street
Yeah.
skateboarding and a competition.
Totally.
You know,
Totally.
you
But-
gotta be really a person who is coachable, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, you might want to do that one, but you need how many points you need?
Okay. Whoa, that's a big one. Switch front blunt shove. John Carlos
On the bubble
did that
spot.
one. Sat on the bubble. It's going to be difficult for him to stay in the competition. Yuto yet to get the trick down.
Juni, and then
Juni,
Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent as well. Christopher Kroon now in that 9th place position. He's out of the mix. Sora Shirai already in 1st place position, 181.16. Where's he going now? Okay. That's a gnarly one.
You know, when you're in the first place position, you really need to think it's like, I want to try something really hard and maybe fail, or I just stay chilling. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean,
Because tomorrow, here you already know you're going, right?
yeah, but he's always a showman as well. He
Oh, no,
wants to-
100%.
But
You want to do
also,
it.
if you do something super gnarly that no one's ever done, the mind tricks that plays on the next day for the other skaters, they're like, well, look, he's already got these tricks sat there waiting. It could have an effect on people. So Gio coming in. Wow. Okay. I mean,
That's a
if
make.
Kim Woos was a make, that's definitely a make. That's a caballerial fakey nose grind. Team Brazil are on fire today. Check this out. So taking off backwards, spinning a full 360, and then landing on that front truck, grinding away fakey. And I mean,
That's such a hard trick. I went to the
So
skate park
hard.
and tried.
How'd you get on?
Didn't work out. Might need a few months for practicing. Because you gotta be really good on full cap and go over the ledge to get the fakey nose grind.
And be able to pinch it in, or be able to adjust on the fly when you aren't getting the pinch and you're over the top of the ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot going on with
I
that.
think so will be a high 90s. It's such a hard trick.
Yeah, such a hard trick. 94.59.
Highest score.
Big score there.
Highest score
Yeah.
of the day. on
Biggest
tricks.
one of the day. That sees him in second place. That tells you just how gnarly Sora's been skating. He's 177.89.
Sora is untouchable right now.
Yeah, he is way out in front.
97.87, you need to catch him. An average of, high 90s.
Toa coming in. Taking off on the front with the nollie.
He might try a nollie if he knows me.
I mean, he's looking to drop an 89.16, which is silly.
Well,
But, he can definitely do two
if
more tricks to
somebody
get rid of
can
that.
do it, like
But-
I say on his run, it's here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm praying for this kid to land it because I want to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, well, in the
I think we all do.
skateboarding, we're all friends, right? You really want your friend to make it.
100%.
It's like they were talking about in the Olympics, right? The friendship that we have.
Yeah.
You want
It's
your
one of the
friend to
biggest
make it.
things to talk about. Okay, yeah. Switch heel flip, frontside tail slide. Pressure's
was
now on for Juni. This is coming down to that competition experience and being able to stay calm in those pressure situations. He's looking, visibly torn up by that, not making it. And I think he thought he was going to make that one.
He landed. He couldn't just roll away.
So yet to get the second score on the board. Yuto Horigome, currently 11th. 86.26 on the scoreboard.
Wow. Nollie back. Blind, nollie back, say switch front side 5.
Completely blind. Like, of all the things you would think of doing, that is not on the list, ever, for anyone else. So, backside 180 nollie, landing into a fakey nose grind or a switch frontside 5-0, depending on which generation you were born in.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm more like, if I pop a nollie, I'm going to switch, but... You know,
it's so... Either way you call it, no one's doing that. For a reason.
My God.
Nobody wants to do that trick. 92.79.
Netsuki on the bubble spot,
That sees
Ivan.
him very comfortably up in that second place spot. But Ivan down in 7th. Kyrie now on the bubble. John Carlos is now in that 9th place position. And we still got... Vincent hasn't landed a trick, so Vincent needs to play it carefully.
And Junie also.
Junie as well. They need to get good scored points on the board, but they also need to play it smart. Do they need the bigger score? Maybe not. And that's when your coach comes in.
Exactly. There's somebody look in the screen, understand the game, and say, wow, you need an 82. 82 is not the hardest trick.
No.
It's just a trick. For this level that they skate, I hope so Vincent landed. Let's see which strategy he will play right now, because it's really important. He needs a score on the board right now.
86.9 for 8th place. We know he's capable of it.
He's looking, and you want to roll and switch again. Let's see where.
Possibly. It's certainly looking like his board's on that side of his body.
No idea, yeah.
Just a few little reps.
Well, there you go.
He's coming through with it. Oh, no way. Missing the switch flip, backside lip slide. Do you know what? Fair play to him. Going back to it, putting it on the line, and just saying, no, I'm going to get this thing done. Because if he did, it would have been a huge score.
Yeah. I always try to explain when they come to me and ask me questions like risk and reward, right? If you really need to win, you gotta go for that trick.
Yeah.
Now it's really good for the guys there on the bubble, the Ivan and Kyrie.
Yeah, they're going to breathing. They can breathe a little bit.
I've been in that position many times. Like you eating your nose.
Oh!
Wow! This from blind, shove it out.
You see that nod then? He's like, yeah, there you go. Switch, frontside blunt slide down the longest rail in the park. The longest way, shove it out. Look at that. Pretty much perfect. And I like the way that he comes out early to be able to get the time to get the shove it in, because that does land a little bit low, and shoving it out, especially flipping out, is really difficult.
Really difficult.
So he's currently 9th. I think that's going to change. I mean, it would be quite a shake-up if he made it through.
Mathematically speaking, it's not possible for him to do it.
He's just not going to be able to do it.
He needs 20 points.
Yeah.
That means that it should be, a higher run.
85.42. Big score coming through, but it's not going to be enough. So I think only Uni can get in from anyone left on the course, and that would bump out Kyrie, who's on 167.07.
I think so. Ivan Montero's really happy about it.
Yeah, looking very comfortable, and I mean, he really deserves to be in there.
Oh my
what
God.
a skate.
Wow.
Skate of his life almost.
Yeah.
Okay, Sora Shirai coming through, trick number 3 of 3. Whoa, wow. Sora Grind 180 out. Imagine having a grind named after you. What a big deal that is.
Sora Grind 180 out.
Sora way out there, 181.16 points. He's carrying that 88.08 and the 93.08 as well. So Giovanni coming round for trick 3 of 3. very comfortably in third place, 177.89. Where's he going for the upgrade? Going Caballerial back tail. I think he was just trying one out there. He already knows he's
Look,
going
Ivan.
Ivan is super
So
stoked. He can't hide that smile.
Yeah,
no matter what he
no,
did, he's like beaming. There's no way he could not smile. So the only skater left that can take out one of our top 8 is Juni Kang, and that would be Kairi Natsuki. Toa Sasaki already in there, 5th place, got that one at 73.93 on the board. Looking to drop an 84.77. Coming in, nollie heel, nose blunt slide. That would have dropped the 84, I'm sure.
Oh, that trick can be one of the highest scores for sure. Such a hard one. Also, it's a Niger. One of the Niger tricks.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, we should talk about that. That shows how advanced and prolific Niger is.
Of course.
Everyone's coming and doing his tricks here.
Well, this trick, switch fronts and heel flip Tesla, is Niger trick.
Yeah.
Full cap backs and nose flip is Niger trick. Nollie heel flip nose flip is Niger trick.
Yeah.
Back tree lift is Niger trick.
Yeah.
Back tree nose flip.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, what?
I mean, that.
Well, we can, you know, talk hours about it.
Yeah.
More of the
But
tricks.
let's get over to Juni's last trick.
Oh,
no
my God.
way!
He changed the
Switch
trick.
front side 180 back 5-0, and you can see Chloe is devastated for him. And he's devastated. He's saying thank you very much. Oh, bless him. I want to go down there and give him a hug and tell him you've done enough to show the world just how good you are at skateboarding, especially with your results this year. But he's just visibly hurt on that one.
Hey.
Kairi is going to be ecstatic, right?
Kairi's
He's
happy
gonna be
right
happy.
now. You know, I don't really think happy about it. He's such a nice guy that he might feel a
probably
little
upset,
bit.
yeah.
Yes,
He
like,
probably
wow,
is,
you skate
yeah.
so good. I want you to like made it.
So he's
You know?
more relieved than happy.
You saw that
Yeah.
try? Nollie full
That's-
cast, switch back, Northland River. That can be what get him tomorrow the win if
And I mean,
everything play
this
right.
is the thing with everyone who's already in. You're getting a little preview of what we're in store for tomorrow, and we'll be coming live again for our final.
And it's only
tomorrow
like
from
2
6
points
o'clock.
difference between first and second. You know?
Yeah.
That's the run of tomorrow. It'll allow you to get 2 points.
Okay, Kim-Woo coming through. Whoa,
Wow.
switch heel front nose slide. That's a big one.
That's a really hard one. I don't know when he learned that one.
Yeah, I'm like, have I seen him do that before? I don't think so.
He was doing a lot of switch frontside nose slides, but wow, that was pretty impressive. Like always, I'm really happy for Sora, Yuto, Giovanni, Jingwo, Toa, Felipe, Ivan, and Kairi.
Well, there you go. Final results in there.
What?
Kairi only just sneaking through by Juni not getting that last trick. Ivan did so well, and I'm very happy to see him in there, and I can't wait to see what he gets done.
Hard
he
work
fully
paid
deserved
off,
to get in there.
you know.
But our leader for quite some time, Felipe Gustavo, getting through in that 6th place. But 2 nations deadlocked. Brazil
I just
versus
wanna-
Japan.
Yeah,
Look
but-
at those Japanese flags.
They point difference, man. It's 20-point difference.
Yeah.
Like Brazil have to make a good game plan for tomorrow.
And the rest of the world
have to be on the
Left
runs.
there on the screen.
What?
Giancarlos, I'm gutted for him. If he'd have got that run score that he needed,
He will be
could have
in.
done it. He
Yeah.
would have been in with
Yes.
those scores that he got. But
That tells you how important now is the runs.
Yeah.
Right? They judges and the whole world skate, they want to give more points to the runs
Yeah.
because actually they way harder.
they are.
Man,
They
put
are.
it
Let's
together.
check out those runs. Top
Put
3.
it together is so hard.
3rd place, Giovanni Viana. Started it off by taking it off the rail to fakie into the bank, setting himself up for that fakie front crook.
Tell me about the pinch.
I mean, it really, really has been so easy to see how important those runs are now and to get that full run. And arguably, some people could have got through with a lesser high score on the full run if they'd have just made it. But great run there.
And ended up with a
Gio.
banger.
Yeah. That is
that's
so
the trick.
gnarly.
That's his best trick.
Yeah.
Highest
Caballero,
score of the trick.
Fakey nose grind.
You know that Toa Sasaki have it too.
Yeah.
That would be a battle tomorrow
That would
with
be
this trick.
great to see. Head to head.
Yeah.
And then we got Yuto Horigome, switch frontside tail slide to start off his run.
How calm
And you know, Yuto's transition game is really big, right? He knows how to get the best out of
He can
both
skate
ends of the
bird.
park.
Man, he do 540 on bird, no knee pads.
He's a very, very well-rounded skateboarder.
He click it with the track.
Yeah, just
Still,
touching it and still composed himself. He's
that
like, no,
tell you
no, it's all good.
how much muscle memory this kid have.
And then that one,
Wow.
backside 180 nollie, fakey nose grind or the switch 5-0.
Oh my God, he did so
That is
well.
big.
So good.
And then our number one qualifier through to tomorrow's finals is the amazing Sora Shirai.
I'm telling you, favorite contest skater.
Yeah.
Look,
Look at
that
that.
hips. Looks like he's dancing reggaeton.
He really is.
Right?
He totally is. You know, it's the catch of his tricks, it's the execution, and it's the full ability to just look so dominant on the course overall. You know, that overall impression, you can't help but love it with Sora. And
Well,
then,
that was first try, man.
Yeah,
Full
first
cap,
go.
back tape, perfect, big spin up. You know.
And
In
not
my
just
opinion,
the trick. Perfect
that should
execution.
be the highest score. I'm not the judge. I'm just saying there's a lot of going on.
So,
Fakey 360 to test like the big spin out.
yeah,
You know, but
incredible.
you know, I'm a skater. I'm not the judge.
So let's take a look
Personal
at
opinion.
our finalists for tomorrow. Yuto's just doing a few signatures. A couple of photos as well with the fans. See, the lights are on down here. You see on the left there, that's the Coliseum. That's our location. So,
Oh my God.
I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you've got your friends out there as well. Kyrie's in the mix. Giovanni's skating really well. You can't rule out Ginwoo. Ivan is on the top form at the moment, but Felipe's looking good. Sora, can he be beat?
Tomorrow will be, you know, my top 3 pick. I want to Ivan do well,
Yeah.
but will be really hard to hire the score of the run. And like I say, Japan will not miss.
Yeah.
They can handle the pressure. I put my money in Sora, and you know, in Toa because I know they have the full cap faking nose run like
Yeah.
Giovanni, but also his run is higher.
Yeah.
Just statistically and with the numbers that we have, I'm just everything can change tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
a little bit
It's
of
a new
wind
day.
and then he missed one trick.
Yeah.
When is your day? Is your day. You
Yeah,
have to see
for
tomorrow.
sure.
You gotta tune in and see tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yeah, we'll see you
The
then.
day of who will be. You know.
Well, thank you very much. It's been great to get your insights as always, mate. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow from 6 o'clock with our women's and men's finals here at the Street World Cup 2025.
Thank you, everybody. Take flight.